Space Jelly Reviews here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Fortnite Victory Royale series Skye Ghost by Hasbro. We're going to be doing an unboxing today. I haven't done one yet. This is my first one. I don't really like the box too much because it does not have any windows, so you don't even know if the figure's in there. But I'm assuming that the figure's in there. This is everything she comes with. It's really not too inspired, and it kind of sucks. So I'm gonna get it open now. Alright, now that we have the figure out of the incredible packaging, we can get into the review. So you can already see all of her accessories. She comes with a quad launcher from Fortnite. She comes with her back bling and her sword. Even though this was in an all paper and cardboard box, the sword was still warped in packaging. So that's disappointing. And her back bling is missing a few details, but overall everything you need is on there. The quad launcher is decent and it has a hinge here. No rockets in there though, so it's kind of weird. But like this figure, it serves its purpose, because this figure, even though it's not perfect, it's about as good as you can expect for the character design. There's not really anything that did wrong here, except for a few missing details. You can see on her jacket, her buttons are missing a few details, and her hat, it's kind of hard to tell that there's even eyes on there because the paint is very thin. But overall, this is about what you'd expect. It looks almost one-to-one with how the character model looks in Fortnite. And the paint that is on there is decent. However, she is missing a bit of painting in her jacket and her shirt. Overall, the rest is decent though. So going over articulation, she has a double ball peg in her head, a single ball peg in her neck. Her head comes off pretty easily though, her head and neck. And I guess you can count her camera as an accessory because you can take it off. So she has a lot of range in her neck and head. As much as you'd want to get her into any pose you want. She has a hinge joint over here for her shoulder that connects to a shoulder blade joint, but it serves virtually no purpose and it's loose. And the joints over here specifically are very gummy, so be careful, you could tear the peg. She has double jointed elbows, wrist swivel and hinge. She has a diaphragm joint and a ball joint at the waist, so she gets a pretty decent range of motion. This is better than most Hasbro figures ever, so they did a good job on that. She has almost full-on splits. Her legs keep on doing this thing where they're not even. There you go. Legs go forwards pretty far, go back, thigh swivel, double jointed knees. The knee joint is too long, so it makes her have this weird 3-piece leg thing, but it's still functional. Boot swivel, hinge up and down, and ankle rocker. So she seems like she should be easy to stand, but it was a nightmare getting her to stand just for the beginning shot. Her scale is to the top of her head would be just under 6 inches, which makes it almost exactly 15 centimeters. This is her next to the DC Rebirth, DC Multiverse, DC Rebirth Batman. Her next to a DC Multiverse Shazam. This is the gold label McFarlane Toys one. And next to the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. So I think that she fits in pretty well with other lines. And overall, the pricing and value, I got this at a super discounted price, like I think $7. So for $7, obviously this was worth it. But if you find it for a retail price, it should be $20. So I don't know if it would be worth it if it's that much. So I would recommend looking for it for a discounted price, because at $7 this is definitely worth it. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching the other videos. See you soon. Bye. I got it opened up, and now we'll start with the review. First impressions, this actually does look a lot like how she does in Fortnite. It's surprisingly accurate for what Hasbro usually does. However, she's missing a few details. She doesn't have any of her buttons painted, and the hat, the paint on the eyes is not very good. You can barely even tell if there's any white there. The face is painted pretty good, and the pants are. The shirt underneath is decent. Her camera is, but overall the jacket is pretty plain. She does have a bit of paint on the fur though. She came with 3 accessories. I guess you can count this as an accessory because you can take it off. She comes with her, I think this is like called the Epic Sword of Might or something. But it was like very warped out of the box, even though it didn't come in any plastic packaging. It was in paper, so I don't know how that became warped. She came with her back bling. Missing a few details, but overall it's good enough. And she came with a quad launcher from Fortnite, and there's a hinge right there that opens up. No rockets in there, but it serves its purpose well enough. So the aesthetics are pretty decent. The articulation is also pretty good. She has I think a double ball peg at the head and a single one at the neck, so she can do whatever you need her to do with her head. It's pretty free moving, but her hair does get in the way. She does have shoulder blade joints over here, like butterfly joints, but they serve no purpose at all. You're really gonna get nothing out of it. She has very flimsy ball hinge shoulders. Rotate all the way around, but as you can see as I'm moving it, it looks like it wants to fall apart. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that are kinda ugly, but you know, they serve their purpose well enough. Decent range. Swivel hinge wrists. I think that she has a double ball peg at her diaphragm and a single one at her waist. This actually grants her pretty good range of motion. This is better than what most Hasbro figures are capable of doing. Legs move all the way up, pretty far back. She can do an almost full split. Thigh swivel. Oof. Double jointed knee. It's I don't know, the knee joint is very long, but it's functional. Boot swivel, hinge goes up, hinge goes down, ankle pivots. So overall, I was able to get this figure at $7. So obviously a figure at $7 like this would be worth it, but the retail is over 20, so you have to make the decision. It's worth it if you can find it at a discounted price. I think it already is on most sites. It's a decent figure for what it is, and it'll serve its purpose well enough. So yeah, see you.